Unlocking the fretboard with the minor pentatonic in a very musical way. And this is a little bit more on the learning path rather than the memorization path. The memorization path gets us like position 1, position 2, position 3, and so on. And it's sort of just dots on a diagram. Now, what we really want to do, and what usually happens, is starting to build a little bit of a vocabulary in this first position, right? We start to get used to building a little tension, a resolve, right? Knowing where our root notes are, etc. The thing is, then when that gets comfortable, if we don't really know the language of what it is that we're playing, we're sort of guessing or mimicking some other players, which is a great thing to do. It's funny to see people be able to all of a sudden they get up to this and they get really boring and blocky again, like they were here, but now they get a little bit of a vocabulary here, and then they move it up, and all of a sudden, or they move it down to another position, and they start, goes back to like, I'm just going to play the notes that I know are right. I'm not playing music anymore. It really comes from looking at that second position or third position, or wherever it's getting a little bit cloudy, right, a little bit gray, is looking at it as a whole. Right? And if we can break this down and just say, hey, just play a lick that you feel comfortable with in first position that you like. Can you move that? And notice where that sits in this second position. Where that sits in this third position, and so on. Right? And then start doing the octaves of it. This isn't the octave, but that's just my position before. And then and start moving this around and noticing where that lines up in each position. And say, if you know the spelling, which is very, very important, especially for creating these phrases, that's the flat 3, the flat 7, and the root note in each position. And when you start to notice that, you don't get lost anymore with like, all right, I'm moving. Right? You start getting a little lost up there. So try that. Pick a lick that you really like, that you're comfortable in, whatever position you're most comfortable in, and see if you can play that and the octave of it, whether it's the octave up or octave down, in other positions. And not just saying like up here, if I play just like, I can play it there. Notice where it sits in that position of the pentatonic. If you want to break through that intermediate plateau and really bridge the gap between your creative ideas and what you're able to play, becoming fully fretboard fluent, comment pro below and we can get started.